Hello, how are you guys today on the internet and also on YouTube? By the way, a little disclaimer, we're playing with a dangerous electrical load kill, 125 volts and 15 amps circuits today. But today what we're going to try to do and demonstrate for you guys and experimenting is flickering lights for Halloween. This show. I'm going to see what I can do and see what I can figure out how I can make this is the safest way to use flickering lights. But of course I don't use flickering lights that much because I have some sisters that have some issues with lights that flicker. But this is just for fun and experimenting kind of things. Now, important thing we're going to need is one safety piece of equipment and piece of hardware we're going to need for this type of project. Now, you guys can see what's actual on my table here. But one thing you see right here is this guy. That's a GFCI outlet. This is what I'm going to be using for my safety, for making sure I don't get electrocuted, make sure I don't get shocked, and make sure I don't accidentally hurt myself by playing with this kind of work. Alright, we got a couple things here today. We got a 3 grounded flat outlet cord here, you guys can see. This is the old flat cord from a computer power supply, whatever you want to call it. That's what we use. And we got just a typical standard outlet, 3 grounded outlet that you guys can see. You guys can see I have my ground cable. This is actual supposed to be a ground cable. You know, like green cable is actual neutral. Neutral and also hot as well. And also on this side, we got my lamp. Just a standard desk lamp for this project, but if you're going to be using any of this stuff outside, make sure you put it in a waterproof box, and that's the way it's supposed to be done the right way. I'm going to need a couple twist on caps, little wire caps that you guys can see. I actually got 2 of them, one for ground and one also for neutral. You're going to need a Edison light bulb, like this one. This is a 25 watt incandescent bulb. You cannot use a CFL light bulb or a LED light for this project because it will not work. It will not actual flicker the light like it's supposed to. But also we got a couple LEGO clips, standard LEGO clips, you know, like these things. And I got 2 of them. Again, just a standard LEGO clip, like that. And the one key element going to need for this little project is a fluorescent lamp starter for one of those big giant fluorescent tubes for that type of project. Now, this circuit is going to be a live circuit because this is bare and that's bare, and the copper on these are bare. One thing, don't touch them because you're gonna get a 125 volt zap with 15 amps current draw on this system itself. But please, don't do this yourself, guys. It is highly dangerous. You can actually maybe burn down your house, or actually can die from doing this type of experimenting. Now, one thing I do have is my shade on my lamp because I don't want the flickering effect to bother that. But one thing you gotta make sure is the lamp socket is turned on to the on position, not to the off position, because I want to make sure we're not burning out the lamp socket or the little starter here. We don't want to burn that out. Now, once this is all wired, first of all, what we're going to do, we're going to put the Edison style incandescent bulb in first of the lamp. Make sure it's all the way screwed into place for it to contact the contact plates on the bottom of the socket. Now, I know you guys couldn't see that because it was covered, but it is actually screwed in now. I can show you. So I take off my lampshade here, and I will take off this little knob on the top. This is a little disco knob for this lamp. And you guys can see the socket is on the on position, and the light is inside the socket. Now, we're just going to place the shade back on top. We're not going to worry about putting the lid, the bulb back on top. We'll just set that off to the side. But let's get into the wiring process. Now, the GFCI outlet is turned off. We're going to actually test it to make sure everything is working the proper way, like it's supposed to. Now, this is a polarized plug. You can't plug in both ways. Only plugs in one way. Now we'll just hit that little test button, and we got an orange light, and that's what it's supposed to do. Now that's normal because that's the way it's designed for it. Designed for it to be plugged like that. Now, we're just going off to the side, tuck that down now, and let's go ahead and start hooking up some of this experimenting. Now, of course, I do not have an enclosure for the outlet. I recommend going out and getting yourself an enclosure for your outlet itself. Now, the one thing I do have on this outlet is a black electrical tape. If you guys can see that, I have it all the way around the whole entire outlet. Now, first thing what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my green cable, the ground cable, and we're going to hook that up first. And on a safety item, we're going to need that for a couple of reasons. But if you are going to have multiple outlets or multiple lights on one outlet, I don't recommend trying too many outlets on one circuit. Okay? I recommend trying to separate your lights from your on lights. Now, we gotta find out which one's the neutral side, because we're only going to hook the neutral up first and the hot side with the hot side, but not connecting it. Okay, we're going to be connecting it to the actual little starter to actually make this light to act like it's a short circuit and acting like it's a flickering light. Now, there's a couple different lights you can actually get. You can get strobe lights, you can get flashing style lights. It's the stuff that flashes, guys. You can buy that kind of stuff too, and that's okay. But doing all this kind of stuff is okay, but it is also dangerous, because if you really don't know what you're doing, please don't do it, guys. I beg you, because this is can be quite dangerous. Now, the last thing we have to do is hook up the black, but again, the black is not going to be twisted together like you normally do in a circuit. We're going to be replacing it to a circuit like this. Say standard starter. You need a FS2 starter, fluorescent starter. That's what you need for this type of project, and how we can experiment with this. Now, typically the one thing we're going to really need the most is this type of connector. This is the holder for the starter. I had to take one of my old fluorescent lamps apart to get this type of starter. You can probably find these online. And what this actually does is you put your starter here, and it holds it into place like that. It won't come out. Just pull it out like that. But we're not going to be messing around with that too much. We're just going to jump with it and act like it's a short circuit. Now, you can take whatever clip you want to use, but look at these. These here don't have covers. These don't have protectors on them. That one does. But I'm not going to be touching these once it's all built and once it's all done. And by the way, it is unplugged, by the way. But I'll go clip it. And doing this experiment, this is what I'm doing here. This is really dangerous here, guys. And we just got to make sure we do it the safe way as possible. Okay? I'm going to stick the audio clip on the little terminal down there, and that's how it hooks up. And we take this audio clip, flip it to the on side of this terminal, for we don't too badly mess everything up here, because we want to make sure everything is actually working like it's supposed to, and making sure it's like a short circuit. That's what we're trying to make here, a short circuit. Flickering lights for Halloween. Now everything seems to all wired up correctly. And we'll just plug in this little plug, and it doesn't matter what slot I plug it into, we'll just plug it into any slot bottom or the top, because these little tabs have not been broken off the outlet, the actual together as well. And we'll plug this little guy into the GFCI outlet. Now, the box is grounded, the outlet is grounded, but we do not want to touch this, or we do not want to touch that little circuit over here, this little light or startle. We don't want to touch that, because once we power this up with 125 volts, instant zap, not a good idea. And we push the test button. Takes a while. You guys can see this guy's clicking. That's a good sign. And the light is actually flickering. This is called a short circuit. I like it. I think it looks really cool for Halloween. But I gotta make sure we don't flicker too much of this, because with my systems, again, you have a seizure disorder with anything is a flickering light. Alright guys, this is just this experiment I am trying to do for Halloween and different things to make the lights flicker. Now, do this at your own risks if you want to do this. Don't blame me for you getting shocked for this type of experiment I've shown you guys. Alright? If you're brand new to the channel, please hit that subscribe button, leave a comment down below, please like, please share, peace out. Bye guys, we'll hopefully see you in the next vlog. Alright, later guys, see you later, stay safe if you're going to be playing around with this kind of stuff. Alright, later guys.